Well, welcome back, my friends, to another episode of Automotive Drama. Today I have this 360 Spider Ferrari. Why is my camera? And I have one video already about how I was going to repair, excuse me, repair the cracked exhaust manifold. Well, this thing was a lot worse than I thought it was. Once I started welding on it, if you see how I don't want to touch it, it's hot. How I had to build up this weld because all of this was rotted out. So I had to beep, 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 tack, 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 build up little beads, little beads, little beads, and then weld all over the top of the little beads. So it was a little excessive, but I wanted some extra strength to help hold it. So then I ground it down because I still have to, now that I have enough. Come on, camera, focus. Now that I have enough strength built on here, there's still, I want to weld that bead that I made on all the rotted steel to the actual factory weld, and I want to bead all that up together. If this damn camera would focus, I don't know what its problem is. Alright, let me go up top and give you a better idea. I already done the bottom side, and the bottom side was the same way. You can see where I finished up on the bottom side there. Only part of that I had to do. The rest of it actually took a weld, and you can see there's still a crack in between where those two welds are. I still have to fill that in. The crack's hard to see because it's kind of, I'd have to wire wheel it. I don't know if I could get closer. Yeah, you can still see the crack. But now you can see where I have to, that bead that I had to build up, which is very hard to weld to a rusty hole, or weld rust to a hole. It's, and it was just a bitch. It kept wanting to burn off, and I had to let it sit and then build up and build and build and build and build until I actually got enough where I could get it to weld, and now I want to weld that big bead all the way to that factory weld. It's a real pain in the ass, and I think I can get in there with my stinger. If I take this air cleaner out, I might be able to get my arm in there enough. I don't know if I want to try to do that one left-handed. It's a really tough angle. I don't know if I can get my stinger in there on this top one. That might be an issue. I'm not sure yet. Because I still have to weld all of that. I can weld that from the side and all of that. And hopefully I don't have to fill all this in, because I can't get anything in there to clean it up. And when you got to build it like that, you get little kind of like bubblegum beads, and then you got to weld them all together. Once you get enough beads on there, then you turn the welder up and you weld them all together, and then you got one big huge bead, and then you grind all that down, make it nice and smooth. But I mainly did that for strength, because that manifold itself is really starting to rot out. And it rotted out like 7 years ago, and you can see I had to weld all that up. I did the other side. I actually had a replacement cone. Manifold I had laying on the shelf, and I cut it apart and it fit. Because it was completely gone. There was no way I was fixing that one. This one was kind of cracked like that one was. But by the time I started welding on it, there was nothing left, so I had to bead, and then bead it all together, and I made it really strong. Now, I didn't really grind it all down because I didn't really care, and I actually used to have it wrapped with heat tape, but it kind of fell off because I had to kind of cut the shield a little bit to do that. I had heat tape wrapped around it, but I haven't seen this car in like a couple of years at least. I was here like 2 or 3 years ago for some AC work or something, I can't remember. But, not fun at all. But what's his choice? The manifold is customized, and it's probably $2,000, $3,000 used, and there's no way I'm getting that off again inside the car because all the studs on the manifold are all rotted out. There's just no possible way. The stainless bolts I put in are good, but the nuts, stainless nuts are good, but the studs are also stainless, but they're old, and they're just, I could see them. They're getting ready to break, actually. Anyways, like always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Likes are nice. Subscribes are better. Take that thumb and hit the thumb little, you know, thumb the muscle and exercise it, and hit the like button, subscribe button, and ring the bell, and you can watch more videos. Have a good night, my friends.